Hi, and welcome to the Encyclopedia of Pickpocketing. I'm Nicholas Bird.
And I'm James Coates. This is Volume 3, Pickpocketing and Shocking Steals.
Yeah, on the first two volumes, you have learned a multitude of information that should have given you the basics to being a really good pickpocket entertainer. Now what we're going to do is we're going to show you some really cool stuff that's going to take and enhance everything you've already learned. You've learned why we move people the way we move them, why we do the tricks the way we do them, and how you actually get in a person's pocket. Now we're going to step up to the next level.
We're going to show you on this volume how to place items in people's pockets. Their pants pockets, shirts pockets, and jacket pockets. Also in locations such as backpacks and purses. Not to mention, we're going to show you some really nice shocking steals such as the tie, belt, and suspender removal.
That's right. This stuff on this DVD is going to be stuff that absolutely changes your routines. Whether you decide that you're going to be a pickpocket entertainer or not, we're giving you tools that you can use in every routine that you do now. We're going to give you the ability to place signed cards or duplicate coins on people's persons so you can make a signed card appear in someone's wallet. These are going to be things that are instrumental in making your routines just go to that next level. Alright, we're going to do a coin trick here. You like coin tricks?
Yes.
You do? Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take this coin and what do you want me to do? You want me to vanish it? We can do all the good stuff. We can make it disappear like that, out of the ear, all the fancy stuff. I don't really do the whole walking on the back thing. Sorry. Can you walk it on the back?
I can do pencils, but not that.
Ah, yeah, I can do a pin. So, whoa, we don't want to drop that. Oh, there, we drop it anyway. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to pick it up, and here we go. We're going to take the coin, and we're going to take and we're going to grab it just like that. Now here we go. We're going to take and rub it away till it's gone. Now, would you be impressed, honestly, if I can make that coin appear maybe in your shirt pocket? Check it out. It's right there. You like that?
Yes.
That's pretty sharp, isn't it? English penny. You ever see English penny before?
No.
Ever been to England?
Been by there.
Been by there.
Yeah, when I was in service.
Went by it, but not really stopped. Yeah. Got to stop by there sometime. Here's how to place an item in the outside breast pocket of a jacket or the breast pocket of a shirt. Some of the items that I like to put in people's pockets are things like pens, coins, cigarette lighters, business cards, or playing cards. One of the great tricks that we have at our disposal is scotch and soda. Now, climactic ending for this would be if you planted this coin in someone's shirt pocket and then after the coin vanished you say, check your shirt pocket. When they pull out the coin, they're really going to be astonished. It's also a good way to get business cards and things like that into the pocket. Here's the shoulder slide of a coin using the gesture. If I'm wanting to place a coin in a shirt pocket or in the breast pocket of a coat, I can do this by simply gesturing. During conversation while we're trying to condition our spectator, you want to say, sir, would you like to see a card trick? I have some really good card tricks. Would you like to see them? I'm conditioning him by touching in this area. He's feeling the hand. And it's not a hard touch. It's very soft. It's just a brush mainly. It's very light. To place the coin, it's the exact same move as this, sir. Except I'm going to have a coin palmed right here. I'm actually holding it with my ring finger, concealing it with my pinky and my middle finger right here. So I've got the coin palmed just like that. If he looks down, all he sees is curled fingers and a pointer finger. I can come up and say, sir, I can let the coin go and it falls into the pocket. What he's feeling is he's feeling the same gesture he's felt before. And I'm actually using his chest to allow the coin to slide in. The coin, basically, I'm coming up, placing the coin here, and letting it go. His chest is actually sliding the coin down into the pocket. Now before, the pocket was very tight. That's why this works so good with a coin, is the coin will actually find its way into the pocket and work itself down into the pocket, just like that. Now, the touch is masking the slide. He's been used to me touching, and every time I touch, I don't want it to be touch and pull away. I want it to be a touch and a brush, because I want to come down or away or to the side each time I touch him. I want him to feel that movement across his chest. Like, sir, would you know, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the conditioning of this touch. That's what's going to make this move possible. Now, another thing that may happen, let's say he fills up the shirt pretty well. Okay? Well, there you go. And the pocket is holding really, really tight against the skin, but you still want to go with this type of move. You want to move the coin a little closer to the end of the fingers, maybe even hold it with your thumb like that. Now what I can do is I can come up, gesture, use the lip of the coin right here to actually pull the pocket out, and then once I'm in, I can let it go. Then I continue the gesture, and the coin is planted. Okay? What you want to be really cautious of is if you have someone who's really flat-chested. Okay? So if he's, well, yeah, there you go. We've all seen the guys walk around. It looks like they got a piece of, plywood. Yeah, a piece of plywood right here in their shirt. If you go to do this, what's going to happen sometimes is that thing's going to shoot straight down towards the ground. Okay? That's what you want to avoid. You want to look for people who have, pretty good definition. They got a nice slope to their chest, and this trick is going to work very, very nicely with planting that coin there. Here's the shoulder slide of a coin using the lean. Using the lean to plant a coin is going to be a little bit more situational for some of you. I am very tall, so I can get away with it whether a person's standing up or sitting down. But if you're a shorter magician and you're dealing with a tall spectator, well, sitting down is going to be a very good opportunity for you to use the lean to get this coin in the pocket. What I do sometimes, I'll actually lean on individuals like this or like this while I'm talking to them. Alright, I'm putting a lot of conditioning right here across their shoulder area, a little bit of pressure, not a lot, but it's still just getting them used to the touch. The same thing right here. Now if I'm leaned up on someone's shoulder right here, my hand falls just to the top of the pocket. If I'm talking to him, I may even want the hand to brush up against the pocket a couple times just to get him used to feeling something brushing against the chest right there. If I'm wanting to plant a coin, I can have that coin palmed in my hand, and as I come up, I say, "Sir, would you be impressed if I could do a card trick for you?" And go into something like that. Now I've got a coin planted, so if 2 tricks down the road I want to do a coin trick, make the coin appear in the pocket, I'm set. Now the mechanics of this are very similar to the gesture, except everything's working kind of backwards. I'm keeping the coin palmed in the hand, and if I'm having a problem with the pocket being tight, I'll actually use my fingers and I'll create a ramp. I'll go ahead and open up the pocket with my fingers barely in the pocket, and all I have to do is let the coin go, and it's going to slide down into the pocket. So what it's going to look like is, "Sir, would you like to see a card trick?"
Sure.
Now I'm immediately coming up, I'm showing reinforcement with both hands empty, I'm bringing all of his sight right down here, I'm keeping his attention, I'm using my verbal pattern to just bring him into this total experience. I may even want to bring his hand and hold the cards for me. Now here's what we're going to do, and I'll take half of them off, shuffle half, switch half the deck, shuffle the other half, and then shuffle them all together. The reason I might want to do something like that is it occupies his hands. It's going to keep him, if he felt a little something here, it's going to keep him from being able to check it out. And then by the time I'm done shuffling, he's so occupied here, he's already forgot about this. The second situation that you may come into in dealing with the lean is you have someone who's sitting down, like in a restaurant setting. Well, one of the things that I'll do when I'm working a restaurant type setting is I'll come up and I'll grab them at the shoulders just like this. I'll have a coin palmed right here on the chest, and it puts me in a good position to actually, "Sir, how you doing?" "Good." "Good? All right." Right there, with this little motion right here, as I'm coming around, it's very natural. It looks, I'm coming around on him, and when I get right here, I let go. I drop the coin right about here, and then I just continue across, "Sir," as if to bring his attention right here. I'm a magician, all right? Check my hands, something like that, and it gives me an opportunity to plant that coin. Now, I have done it as well when I'm way up here and just let the coin go. Sometimes it'll miss just like that. So this method, where you come down a little bit, works much better. If you do have a situation where someone has a pocket protector or something, and it has this pocket, it's huge, you can let the coin go up here and it'll go down in the pocket. The only problem you may come across with this is if they're wearing a very thin shirt and they feel this coin slide across their chest. If I'm going to do this, I want A, a really big pocket, and B, more than one shirt or a really thick shirt,
Right.
like an undershirt and maybe a shirt like this, or a really thick sweatshirt with a pocket. Something like that will make this work. Here's the reach across plant. If I'm wanting to plant any type of item, whether it be a card, a lighter, coin, anything in a pocket, I can do it while reaching across to say, sir, I need you to step over here, or sir, look at this over here, anything like that, just to draw his attention away. Now, at the same time that I'm doing that, I'm going to put this arm down so you can see what's going on. I'm coming in and I'm touching him up in this area. My arm's brushing against the outside of his arm here. I'm touching him here on the shoulder as if to get his attention, but at the same time I'm using this hand to direct that attention. I don't want to say, sir, would you, because then what's going to happen, he's going to look right here where I'm tapping. Now, if he does look right here, James, what do you see?
Just your hand.
Okay. He can't see the fact that I'm holding this lighter right underneath. This is a big, big thing. If I'm holding it like this and he looks down, he's going to see the lighter. He may wonder what's up with the lighter or something like that. You just want to keep this item concealed anytime you have an item up here around the head. Alright? So when I'm going across, sir, I may even want to tap. Sir, I need you to look over there for me, okay? And I plant the item. All I'm going to do is I'm going to come forward. The hand is going right where I need it to, just above the pocket. I push down into the pocket, and then I do a little press. I always finish with a press, like I'm sort of completing my thought. Bring the attention over here. Now this is going to work with a coin. It's going to work with anything that'll get you in this situation. With a hand out of the way, it's, sir, I need you to look over there for me. And it's just like that. Another thing that I can do, if I need a little assistance, I can bring the thumb down to open the pocket to get the item in. Here's the kick-out card. If you're wanting to plant a card in someone's pocket, whether it be a signed card or maybe their chosen card and you have a double card or something like that, one of the things that you can do is the gesture. Now, just like you did with a coin, it's the same thing, but you want to have your card right here. Now, while I'm talking to him, I have the card where the bottom of the card is right here on the heel of the hand, and right here during one of these finger joints, that's where the top of the card will lie. Now, while I'm talking to James, he can look down, and all he sees is the back of the hand. Right? I can gesture with my fingers, sir, did you know? Things like this, and I'm starting to condition him for this sort of touch. And I still have the card concealed. When I'm ready to plant the card, all I have to do is take these fingers, curl them in, and the bottom of the card will kick out just like that. Now, when I go to touch, I actually want the card to hit the chest first and slide down. As it slides down, it's going to find its way into the lip of the pocket. Then I can come behind with the finger, let the card go, and I can complete my gesture. Now, as you see here, the card didn't go down all the way. If you want the card to be completely hidden in the pocket, what you need to do is you need to follow up with the second gesture. So, it's going to be tap and then another tap. The way this is going to look with the card is I'm going to come in, tap, it's left hanging, and then I come in with the second tap, but instead of this time of tapping here, I'm going to tap with these fingers, and I'm just going to push the card in the rest of the way. So, real time, it's going to look like this. Okay, if you want to follow in with another tap, something like that, get the hands rolling. Just let him know that you communicate with your hands, and it's going to cover up, even if you make a mistake. Like right there, I hung up just a little bit on the pocket, but James, did it feel pretty natural?
Just felt like you were tapping me.
Yeah. See, they're really not going to know that you mess up unless you let them know. So as long as you keep it going smooth, you'll be okay. So I come in, I gesture, and then I may come back and gesture again. I can actually come away, leave the card there, go back and finish pushing the card down into the pocket. Now these pockets are going to be one of two ways. They're going to be, well, one of three. Very loose, where you can actually just put the card in there and it'll just fall all the way in. Or the situation that we have here with James, where you have to actually complete with a second tap. Or you're going to have something, James, can you pull the shirt real tight for me? Like this. I will not put this card in that shirt usually unless I want it to be something like this, where it's sticking up very, very high. Because what's going to happen, if I go down too far, he's going to feel that something's going on inside that pocket. So if I'm going to plant it, I'm going to leave it just barely in there, maybe even on an angle like that, and I'm going to use it more as a little comedy bit with the people who are actually watching the show. Because they're going to see that the card's there, but if I can keep his attention here with my patter and my misdirection, he's not going to know that the card's there. They're going to be laughing, he's going to be wondering what's going on, and you're really going to be able to make something out of it. Let's say that the deck of cards has a card that I need to force right here on the bottom. Now let's say, instead of me having a regular pocket, I have a pocket with a button. Well, Card won't go in because the button's blocking the pocket. Well, we can fix that with a Mercury card fold. What I want to do is I want to hold the deck of cards just like this, my thumb at the bottom of the deck, and as I'm standing here I want to take this finger and I want to buckle the bottom card just like that. I want to push it all the way to the back so it's concealed by this hand, and then I want to crease it with my thumb right here. So now the card is folded in half. Bring it back to here, then I can come away with it. At that point I then want to fold it in half again just like this, and now it's folded in half twice. So now it's actually the size of a coin. Well, a coin will fit beside the button. So now it's a size that I can actually get it into the pocket. There is something you have to consider here. It's a folded card. It's going to have some spring to it. It's got some size to it. So more times than not, you're going to be in a situation where all I can do is I can gesture forward and I can get it just barely in the pocket, and I can get it to where it's sitting beside the button, but I'm not going to be able to get it real deep because he's going to feel that springing action against his chest. If I want to get it all the way down in the pocket, I may have something where I force the card on him, I turn around so he can show it to some people or maybe sign it or something like that, and while I'm turned I'll take this card and I'll get some really good strong creases in it. That way it'll stay flat. Then I'm in a situation when I can come forward and I can actually plant this card all the way down into the pocket and he won't be able to notice. It'll be just like a coin. Let's discuss planting while positioning. If I'm on stage or in a restaurant and I'm needing to move someone somewhere to make the show kind of flow, or I need him to step over so I can do something in this area, this is giving me a great opportunity to plant a coin. Because I'm not going to say, sir, can you take 5 steps over there? No, I'm a pickpocket entertainer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, sir, I need you to step over there. And while I'm doing this, look where my hands fall. Right here, maybe on his back and the shoulder. I'm right above this pocket. I can keep a coin palmed right here and say, sir, I need you to step right over there for me. Great. You're good, right where you are. And while I'm doing this, I can drop that coin into the pocket. Okay? Again, it's just going to be, I can have it with my thumb, and I can come across right here, but I like to have it clipped right here between the finger, the first finger and the middle finger, so that when I come in I can put some reassurance right here with my thumb and actually push him, force him that way. Sir, I need you to step right over there for me, and I can put the coin into the pocket. All of these moves are very, very different, but they have a very similar goal, getting something into this top pocket. We've showed you things from the kick out card to the gesture, to the lean, to walking up behind someone where they're sitting down, the second version of the lean, and then even moving someone, physically grabbing them and moving them. All these have different situations in which they work the best. Walking up behind someone who's sitting in a chair and actually dropping a coin, that'll work great on somebody who's wearing a sport jacket. It's going to slide down, they're not going to feel it against their chest. It's a situation that you're looking for. If I have someone on stage, I can grab them and go to actually move them on stage. We're in a big area and I can actually put them, I need you here, I need you here. And it gives me all these great opportunities to put people in specific situations. Another time we might find somebody at a restaurant, but maybe they're in the corner and it's going to be hard for you to get to them. Can you get up? Can you come over here so I can do something with you? Then you're in a good situation to use the gesture. You just need to take the situations and make them work for you with these moves that we've given you for this. Here's put pocketing into a jacket or a blazer. Jackets come in many different styles, different fashion, good fashion and bad fashion. There's heavy winter coats, there's blazers, suits, all these different things, but they're all going to be worked very, very similar. You're going to work from the outside towards the inside. Now, all jackets, they come from different manufacturers. They have the similar characteristics, but at the same time, pockets can be located in different areas. You're going to have to learn how to look for the pocket and also learn if it's a real pocket or a fake pocket. Let's get into that. When I come up to an individual with a jacket, it's always the same thing. I need them to be standing up if I'm going to work a jacket. I cannot work a jacket when they're sitting in the chair. I can, but I can really only work this pocket. and we've already discussed how we're going to do something and plant an item into that pocket. So I need them standing up. If their jacket's buttoned, I may say, you know what, this is a really nice jacket. I'll just simply work down the jacket and I will unbutton the coat.
So you think it's okay just to unbutton the coat?
Sure. I'm coming down, complimenting, I'm straightening the jacket, I get there, I unbutton it, but I'm going to follow it up with something that makes sense. I'm now coming down the outside of the jacket and I'll go, who makes this jacket? As I open it up and I look in. Ooh, Pierre Cartier. Very nice.
Thank you.
I didn't know they made something so tacky. Well, as I'm coming down, I then go in. Who makes this jacket? Oh, this is nice, silk liner. And I'm complimenting the outside, and then I go straight to complimenting the inside, and it covers the fact that I even opened up the button. So this gives me an opportunity. I look down, I can see these pockets. As I open up, I can feel to see that these pockets are not sewn shut. And then I can open up and look at the inside pockets to see what I'm dealing with here. Now I know that I have 2 pockets on the inside here, 1 pocket on the inside here, 1 breast pocket, and 2 outside pockets on the jacket.
Would you say that the scoping is similar to removing an item, the pickpocketing scoping?
It's the exact same scoping. I'm doing the exact same thing. Now, I may even want to crooked up a jacket while I'm straightening his jacket. That way it sets me up later. Oh, I'm sorry, I got your jacket crooked. Now I can straighten it up and I can plant an item right here into a pocket. I've already scoped the jacket. If it was buttoned, I now have it unbuttoned and I'm ready now to plant one item. This time I'm going to use a coin. Let's say I had the jacket crooked. Just like before, I can go, oh, I'm sorry, I got your jacket a little bit off, and I can actually drop the coin into the pocket. This is a good opportunity while you're straightening the lapel. Just like if I was stealing a handkerchief, it gives me a great opportunity to put something into a pocket while I'm trying to straighten a jacket.
I can't feel that at all.
No, because 1, the jacket is thick. 2, I'm pulling it off of the chest a little bit while I do the move. So anything that happens in the pocket right here, he's not going to feel it because it's off of his chest. If I'm wanting to come down lower, I can come down like this. Sir, who actually makes this jacket? And I can open up the coat. If I'm looking for a label, I'm putting my hand in his pocket right here. My hand is actually in his pocket. I could have put in a billiard ball right now and he wouldn't know it until I actually let the jacket go and the weight comes down. So I plant the item, I can let it go, and it can be very fast when I'm planting something over here. It's as quick as, sir, who makes this jacket? And the item's gone. It's done. It's right here in the pocket. I mean, speed. I'm not saying you need to go fast, but the thing is, if I can get in and get out on something like this, it's going to be a much more effective plant because they're not, when they look back, they're going to say, wow, he pulled that out of my pocket. When you go for the reveal, and what, he never went into my pocket. He never spent time at my pocket. So if I can create that moment and make it even smaller so that he remembers, you know, he looked at my jacket, but he was up here, and the time that I actually went like this was very small, he's not going to remember that moment. If I'm wanting to put an item on an inside jacket pocket, I can do the exact same thing I would before. Open the jacket. Oh, who makes this? How do you clean this jacket? And I work from here and I come and I can plant on the inside pocket. I just have to direct his attention from one side of the jacket to the other as I bring him over here. Ah, professionally dry clean only. And see, now I can do whatever I really want to in this pocket. I can plant an item, take an item, all at the same time. We have a really good friend of ours, John Hopkins. He's a Chicago magician, very well known in Chicago. Really great magician, really great guy. Well, the only thing about John is he's kind of small. Sorry, John, but you are. All right. One thing that we've seen him do, and it works great for him, and we got to give you kudos, man. He'll actually climb up inside of a jacket because he'll come up on a guy and he's like, man, this thing's huge. I bet we can both fit in here. And he'll start wrapping the jacket around him like this, and he'll bring this side and he'll wrap it around. And he can somewhat fit into a jacket sometimes, but at the same time, he will bring this hand up like he's going for a sleeve, miss the sleeve, and bring the hand down into this pocket. He can put an item in there or take an item out, and it works for him because of his size. So just remember, use whatever you have going for you to your advantage.
I guess the first question that needs to be asked, Nick, is why should you put pocket?
To make your reveal that much stronger. And the reason I say that is because if I steal your watch and then I pull it out of my pocket, that's going to be impressive. If I steal your watch and I have Susie pull it out of her purse, that's going to be huge.
It's even better.
Yes, it's basically it's taking everything to that next level. If you can take an item off of one person and put it somewhere else, it's just going to make the effect that much stronger. Another reason, let's say I have a card routine and I want to polish it up. Let's say I have somebody select the card, they sign that card, we then shuffle it back into the deck, I control it to the top, I palm it off, and then I'm able to put it in your shirt pocket. We then start going through the deck, can't find the card, check your shirt pocket, and there it is. These are things that are going to really make the trick actually stand out, and wow, that's really magic.
Would it be safe to say that put pocketing is only limited by the imagination of the performer?
Absolutely. There's so much you can do when it comes to put pocketing. I'm talking like double cards, double coins, things like this. You really need to think about what can put pocketing do for me in my routine. If you work a restaurant and you're constantly doing something like you have a deck and there's 10 or 12 people that have signed cards that night, well, as you're going through and they're saying, is this a normal day? They're looking at cards that have already been signed throughout the night. So I got the idea, hey, why not sign my own cards? So I would turn over, I get 3 9 of clubs. I'd have just a bunch of them, and I'd sign the same signature on all 3 cards. By doing that, now I have what's supposed to be a unique card, the only 9 of clubs that's supposed to be in the deck. Now I have a double and a triple of that card, but we've made the card even more unique because it had a signature on it by an individual from earlier in the night. Well, the individual was me, but they don't know that. So we've taken a unique card, made it even more unique, and now I have a double and a triple of that. So now I can take that card, I can plant, I'm just walking up to somebody, I can plant one in a purse, have them produce that one. As they give it back to me, they don't know that I've already planted a third one now underneath somebody's plate and it came out with their meal or something. And planting these items and putting these items in these places, I can take that card, put it back into the deck, shuffle it, make it vanish, and then go ahead with my second reveal. And now it looks like this card's just flying all over the room. Same thing works with coins. If I have doubles and triples of coins, I can put false initials on coins. There's so much that you can do with put pocketing. You can plant these items, and it just makes all these effects really pop out. I mean, you can do cards, you can do coins, you can do things like silverware if you're working in a restaurant. You can make a picture or something appear under somebody's jacket. All these different things, chickens, anything you can think of, if you have it, you can make it appear somewhere on somebody.
Here's the tie plant. Whether there's a tie clip or not, the mechanics are going to be the same. First, you need to palm that card in the kick-out move that you were shown earlier. Now you're going to bring both hands up, but not to the side, because if I do that, he's going to be able to glance down if I'm not properly misdirecting him and glance that card. So I want to approach the tie with my hands, my palms facing downward and my fingers up as I grab the tie with my first finger and thumb of each hand. At this point, I like to take my right hand and find a button right about below where the breast muscles stop. And that kind of gives me a target where I can now insert the card into, we're going to turn you a little bit here, we're going to move the tie so you can actually see the mechanics of this. As I turn, it'll slide right in there like this. And this is how it looks. So my finger finds the button, actually it almost acts as a guide, and it inserts itself into that point. I straighten up the tie, now I can leave it. Now you're probably asking, what happens if it falls inside? There's nothing wrong with that because you know there's a card there. If you're placing it and it falls inside, cover it with just a nice touch. I like this shirt, this is good. Now you have a planted card inside what appears to be a buttoned, impossible place to get a card, and you can reveal it for a fantastic reveal during the stage show or in the restaurant. Do me a favor, say stop.
Stop.
Right there. Okay, you have this one or this one? Do you think it's fair if I see it?
Go ahead.
Take that one. I don't want to. Show it to the camera. Got it? Say stop.
Stop.
Place the card right there. All I want you to do, take out your cell phone for me. Because we're going to use that as a bet, because if you don't find your card, I get to keep your cell phone. I'm just joking.
Okay.
Hold the card just like that. Now, magically, your card's going to appear on this little screen, Nicole Poo. Are you ready?
All right.
All right, but first we have to put it back in your pocket. I was just joking. We're not going to use your cell phone.
Okay.
All right. Put your hand on top of the deck. Magically, your card is gonna teleport somewhere else.
Okay.
Are you ready?
All right.
Let's see. For the first time, name your card.
4 of hearts.
4 of hearts. Tell me if you see a 4 of hearts.
No.
Do me a favor, check your phone.
Oh my God.
Open it up. Is that in fact your card?
Yes, it is.
Show the camera.
Yay! Woo!
Great. Here is the double up. When doing a double up, it's best to use something small, such as a coin or a mercury folded card. Here's how it works. Basically, you need to borrow an item from the individual. If they don't have one, you can simply provide one, such as a deck of cards or some sort of prop that needs to be placed in their pocket with their knowledge. Nick, do you have something in your front pocket I could borrow?
I got a cell phone.
Now, it's a few steps we need to go over. Firstly, you want to take the item that you're going to be planning and place it in your pocket, or you can have it palmed in your hand, depending on what you're most comfortable with. You want to draw attention to the item with the opposite hand, like I'm holding in my left hand here. My right hand is simply in my pocket ready with the load. Now, as I return it to his pocket, I want to take, like I'm using the coin in this example, I don't want to do this and then place the phone on top of it, because it's going to draw his attention. What is that? So I want to grab the item like this. Now, I don't want to place the item actually on the phone. You're going to get a tapping noise if you're using a coin. The card obviously not going to make that noise, but you want to get into a habit of that. So I place it just like this. I'm simply grabbing the item with my thumb and first finger, and the coin is here, because remember, you're going to be dropping these in at the same time. It could make a clanking noise. So I like to, as I'm putting the item in, I drop the coin first, and then I place the item in. That way, there's not this big conglomeration of a noise of ching, 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 ching. Now, if he does have keys in his pockets, remember this, he could have keys in his pockets. So as you're doing the actual put pocket, go ahead and say, I'm going to put this back, jingle, just to make sure, once again, get in a habit, jingle, so that way if you are dropping a coin and it hits those keys, it's going to be masked by that sound. So with this move, it's simply, Nick, do you have an item I can borrow?
Sure.
This is a nice item. It's a little over my budget though. Boom. The item, everything was placed in his pocket. I'm ready to go for the later reveal. Here is the thumb guide. When doing the thumb guide, popular items may be a coin, a card, or a sponge ball. For this particular example, we're going to use the sponge ball. Now, most people, when they're talking, may casually put their hand in their pocket. This is good for you because it could offer you an opportunity to get your load and load yourself to place it in the pocket. So I have my sponge ball ready. It's in my pocket. I'm simply engaged in conversation with Nick. I reach in and I squeeze the item with my first and second finger. If it's a card, you just want to pop it in a kick-out move or palm it, however you feel comfortable. Now, you want to hang the item like this. So I don't want to keep my finger out like this because Nick's going to see that if he looks down. So I want to curl whatever it is here. Just in case he does glance, he's going to think, well, James is just standing kind of casual. He doesn't know because my hands conceal the item. Now, this takes a little hand-eye coordination because I can't do this because Nick is going to be wondering, what is James looking at while I'm doing this? So I have to visually remember where my hand is compared to his pocket. And this could be like, hey, sir, how are you? This is nice. Now, I touched him here for more than one reason. I want to condition him to me touching here, and also I may want to pull that pocket out on the way out. I like this belt. This is really nice. Nice pants, by the way. My wife bought me a pair just like them. Whatever you want to do to engage to touch in this area, because you are going to be planting an item inside. Now, I'm set up for my my plants here with Nick. I engage in conversation. Hi, Nick, how are you? My name is James. Nice to meet you. Now, I use that with verbal and physical misdirection. The mechanics were, I simply outstretched. I remembered exactly where it was. As I looked at him to introduce myself, I simply As I push, my left hand comes out as this item's pushed in. Automatically, my right hand comes out. Nice to see you. My name is James Coates. And what this does is it conditions him. It gives him the illusion that both hands are empty, and it reaffirms it with verbal misdirection.
And also, as that other hand comes up, you kind of brush it against me, so it's kind of gives me a reason to think that that hand may have been what I felt down here.
Because a lot of people may brush, as you're talking in conversation, may just brush you like that. And so it's good to get into the habit while you're doing it, and even place your hand up against them. Here is the lean. When it comes to the lean, you need to use an item that's really going to free flow into that pocket as quick as it can. A sponge ball isn't going to work. A card may be a little too much unless it's really folded tight with nice crisp seams. So I'm going to use a coin. And this works best in a crowded area that's kind of loud, congested with sound. Because you're actually going to lean in and you're not going to thumb it because of the fact that you only have a split second to do this, because you could be approaching from the back, and I'm watching, I see that Nick has an opening in his pocket. I'm going to approach from the side or the back of him because he may be engaged in another conversation. As I lean into him, I'm actually going to take and drop the item. Now the big move is going to cover the small move. I'm going to lean in. I'm sorry, what'd you say? Now what I did was when I dropped the item, I kind of reinforced my presence by grabbing his arm. Some people, when they're engaged in conversation, they may be like this. And this is a prime opportunity for me to, when I go here, now once again, I'm not going to touch him at all until this point. I want to take the item, load it into the opening of his pocket, but at this time, he doesn't even know I'm here. As I lean in, I'm sorry, my name is James. I couldn't hear. I'm sorry to interrupt your conversation. What this does is this, in a sense, may startle him a little bit, and any action of dropping into his pocket is going to be covered. At this point, if I hear a clank, I can take a step back, do the trick real quickly, because the sound is going to mask that.
James, when it comes to pickpocketing, you look at pickpocketing and all that we do to put ourselves in a situation to make a good steal. Is it pretty much the same thing when it comes to pickpocketing?
It's exactly the same, but it comes to a fork in the road. Obviously, we know pickpocketing is the removing of an item. Pickpocketing is the placing of an item. The end results are different, but the stages to get to that point are exactly the same. I still have to find an opening. At this point, being that we've done pickpocketing and pickpocketing for so many years, we can literally manipulate a situation to get a person to where they're accessible. If they're in a position at the end of the table and they're the one that are having the best time, I know from my own security standpoint that it's going to be safe for me to ask that person to come up, help me out with the act because they're having a good time. It may be their 50th birthday or whatever it may be. In doing this, I'm going to be scoping and spotting. Am I going to be able to, depending on the trick, if I want a duplicate signed card, then I need to start looking for an opening. While doing that, why not go ahead and look for items to take? I mean, just because you're pickpocketing doesn't mean you can't do both. Because I may have lifted Sarah's watch over here that when Bob comes up here, I'm going to plant it into his pocket, or pickpocket it if you will. So the accessibility in pickpocketing and pickpocketing is exactly the same. The location is just going to be what item am I going to put into it. Obviously, I'm not going to take a big huge sponge ball and plant it in the top pocket of somebody because it's going to expand out. So it comes to a common sense standpoint. Coins and cards will fit in certain pockets, other items will fit in other pockets. So you really have, it dictates by what you're going to be putting into that pocket.
What's your name?
Jeff.
I'm Nick. Jeff, you like magic?
Oh, yeah. Love it.
All right, we're filming some stuff here. If you could just kind of step over just a little bit, just like that. Perfect. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to actually do a coin trick. Do you like coin tricks?
Coin trick.
All right, actually, I need you to stand over on this side of me right here. There you go, just like that. Perfect. I see a star. All right. Hey, look at this. There's a canoe coming. These are...
Canoe.
No, seriously, a canoe.
Whoa.
Look, we need to pan the camera over here. Look, A canoe. See? A canoe. Now, hang on. I got money, coin. Coin. Excellent. Now, you've seen coin tricks. You like coin tricks? People take the coin and they can make the coin vanish. Things like that. They can pull it out of your ear like that. Maybe even take the coin, just kind of toss it just like that, and then make it disappear again. Wow. Well, do you know what happens with the coin when it actually vanishes like that? Because see, both hands are clean. It actually appears somewhere on you.
On me?
Just start checking your pockets. I'm not sure where, but I'm pretty sure it's somewhere. In your wallet? In the wallet, folks!
Oh my God! Why in my wallet?
Coin in the wallet. I don't know. That's an English penny, actually. You ever seen an English penny before?
Oh, Elizabeth, yes.
What you got in here? You got anything? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not. Don't mean to pry, really. Well, I appreciate it.
No problem.
Thank you. This is I don't know how much is the English penny worth. It's worth a penny in England, but. Yeah. Here's how to plant an item in the back pocket. When it comes to planting an item in the back pocket, the body positioning, everything's going to be the same as if you're wanting to take a wallet. The only thing you need to remember is you're adding something to this pocket. So sometimes you have an individual who really fills out the back of their jeans. These pockets could be a little tight. What you're looking for is somewhat of a loose pocket when you're going to make this plant. Here is the wallet assist. The wallet assist allows you to take an item such as a signed card or maybe even a duplicate coin and make it appear in their wallet. First thing you have to do is ask the spectator, do you have a wallet?
Sure.
Thanks. Now, when he goes to hand me the wallet, I'm going to have this card palmed. Now, I don't palm it in a traditional fashion like this. Instead, I usually palm it just like this. But he's still not going to be able to see it because of the angles. If he looks down, he's going to see the back of my hand and the card's going to be hidden. I'll keep this hand kind of at my side so he can't see it. Great. I'll bring my hand up, making sure that I'm very careful with the angles of the card the whole time. I'll then open the wallet. I'll actually go to look inside the wallet just like this as I bring the card over and behind it. So I'm using the wallet to actually slide between my hand and the card, and it actually covers the card. Now I'm not so angle sensitive and I can actually turn the wallet more at an angle like this and he still can't see the card. I can then slide the card down with my thumb to where I have it concealed behind the wallet. At that point I'll usually open up the wallet as I'm sliding the card into one of the slots, like behind some credit cards or maybe a driver's license, something of that nature. And I'll actually start going through the wallet once I get it in there. Now I can hold the card just like this and continue to slide it through into the wallet as I'm looking for money or say, you really don't have a lot going here, do you? Not payday?
No.
Well, you really don't have anything in the wallet that we can use for a trick. But tell you what, why don't we use the wallet for a trick itself? Go ahead and put that back into your pocket.
Okay.
And then I can go into a card trick or maybe a coin trick, make the card or the coin actually vanish and then reappear into the wallet. If you're doing a wallet assist with a bifold wallet, the handling is going to be the same for you. It's just you may have to turn the card right here while you're at your side. So while you're actually at your side and you have the card palmed like this, all it's going to be is turning the card on your hip while the spectator's not looking to get it in a more classic palmed position so that you can come up and then slide it behind the wallet and be able to move it behind the credit cards. Here's the double up. The double up is very similar to the wallet assist in that we're trying to get an item into the back pocket. The only difference is we're not trying to get the item into the wallet, we're trying to get it into the pocket. So if an individual has something like a cell phone or something that they're using in their back pocket, we can take that item and use it to conceal getting that second item into the pocket. This situation we're going to use a wallet, but we're going to be planting the item into the pocket instead of into the wallet. Sir, can I see your wallet?
Sure.
Now, as he's going for his wallet, I'm going to have whatever item I'm wanting to get into the pocket concealed with a palm. I may come. We're looking for $1, but I was going to do some money magic, but
Sorry.
you're broke. So I'll fold up the wallet and I'll actually go behind him to actually put the wallet back in. Let me put this back into your pocket, and I'll have the card. I'll put it on the wallet, and then I can just slide it in just like that. Now, he was looking at my hands He saw nothing but a wallet. He saw me go through the wallet, so I did a little bit of movement with the wallet, so he would be thinking that, it's really going to be hard for me to have something concealed in my hands because I was doing all of this busy work with my hands. Then I immediately put the wallet back into his pocket and I came away clean. So he's not going to think that anything's been stolen. It seems like an honest to goodness, just I'm looking for a buck, I put it back in there, and now I say, all right, let's do a card trick since you don't have any dollar bills. And I can go into a card trick and then make that card actually appear in his pocket. Here is the prop ramp. I use this effect the most when I'm doing a coin plant in the back pocket. What I'll do is I'll be doing a newspaper tear of some sort, maybe even a card stab, and I'm using a paper bag. And I'll fold the newspaper up just like that. Now what I've done is I've created a ramp. Now it's very important that when you put this into the pocket, you have several different ways that the paper folds. You have this crease right here, the first crease, and then right here you have all the individual pages. You want to make sure that the individual pages are the side that goes down, because you'd hate to go to drop the coin in and it actually goes in between two pages and now stuck in the paper. You want it to wind up in his pocket. So once I get the paper folded up, I say, I'm going to just put this in your back pocket for now, and I can have my hand empty. I don't have to have the load at this time. I can save it for later. I can actually have the load in my pocket. We're going to be doing a newspaper trick here in a minute, and I can move on and do something else. Just make it look like I'm holding it there. Then when it comes time to take the paper, if I want, I can come out with the coin concealed. I can go, let me get this paper. I can drop the coin into the newspaper. It slides all the way through and into the pocket. Then when it comes time for the real, sir, I can do a little coin vanish. Check your back pocket. You can reach in there.
Hey, there's a coin.
And pull out the coin. Here is the plant. Let's say you're wanting to plant a coin or a card in the back pocket, but you're not wanting to use a prop. I'm going to do this while I'm leading the spectator, and it's going to be very much like the wallet steal. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have whichever item I'm trying to plant, this situation a coin, and if I'm wanting the spectator to step that way, I'm going to reach, grab him at the waist like I would before, and as I go to guide him, I'm going to let my pinky finger slide down into the pocket, and then I'm going to drop the coin down into the pocket just like that. It's a very quick move. It's going to be here, grab, drop as I push forward. There you go, sir. Stay right there. Now the coin's planted, and I'm going to be able to reveal it. On this side, he's wearing his wallet. What this is going to do, I can put a coin in there with the wallet. It's not going to cause a problem. If I was wanting to put a card in that pocket, it could cause an issue. I could go to guide him and to actually slide the card in, and it hits the wallet and it won't go in any further. That's the problem that I'm encountering right now. So what I may want to do is I may want to actually take the card and I may want to go to this side. That way I can actually get the card started in the pocket. Now this pocket has a button on it. The button isn't actually fastened, so I need to step to the side of it. And once I get past the button, it's just a matter of getting it actually started into the pocket past the button. Once I've got that going on for me, I can always come back if I don't have it all the way into the pocket, and I can move him again. Sir, if you could just step over here for me. Thanks, I really appreciate it. What I did, as I'm moving him, I just finished tapping that card the rest of the way down into the pocket.
Hi, I'm James.
Hi, I'm Megan.
Hi, Megan.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, and you?
Good. I'm going to give the deck a little shuffle. And just do me a favor, say stop.
Stop.
Right there, take that card. Show it to the camera if you like. Don't show it to me. Now, all I want you to do, I'm just going to count cards real quick because I'm not a real magician. I just pretend to be on one on TV. All right. Okay, I think I know what your card is. Do me a favor, say stop.
Stop.
Okay, place your card right there. All I want you to do is take your hand, stick it out for me. Take that and lift this hand all the way up, just like that, and step to the side and turn slightly this way, and say, I promise to find my own card.
To find my own card.
Okay, no, we can't let you do that. Let me see. Tell me if you see your card anywhere. Do you see it? You don't? Okay, do me a favor, just check your purse. Is that your card?
Yeah.
Show it to the camera. Take a bow.
My card.
Yay!
Yay!
That's it. Now Nick is sporting the latest in backpack gear. It's a nice backpack you got there, buddy.
Why, thank you.
You're welcome. Now notice during the compliment of his backpack, I simply grabbed the backpack and touched it. This is a good opportunity for me to go ahead and unzip. Now if you listen, there may be a slight zipping noise. Don't worry about it. During your verbal misdirection, that's going to be covered. This is a really nice backpack. I like this a lot.
Thank you.
Now what I've done is I've actually opened up a pocket. Now at this point you can remove an item, but this is the put pocketing portion, so we're going to be placing an item in. I'm going to use a card. Once it's open, all you have to do is simply slide the card in. I really do like your shoes, by the way. Whatever verbal misdirection you want to do, I like to throw it down to the opposite. Now I have a card planted in this backpack. You can do a coin, you can do another item, a duplicate item. I really don't go for to re-zip that back. There's really no reason for it, because if you have ever worn a backpack, you know that when you're walking around or something like that, you may access it quickly and leave it open. So there's really no reason to cover it by re-zipping it. Nick, I really do like your purse.
It's not a purse! It's a personal organizer. This is a purse.
Oh, okay. Now Nick is sporting two different styles of personal organizers or purses. One is hanging over his shoulder and the other is found in his hand, or it could be looped around the arm. I'm going to show you how to plan an item in the hanging one first. So if you can kind of hang your arm down normal. Now I've noticed that there's some clips on here, so review your removing hanging item and you can probably actually remove this organizer from the strap.
That's right, it's personal organizer.
That's right, personal organizer. Now I'm going to plant a card. It's a very, very simple technique. I noticed that Nick has zippers all the way around it, but I've also spotted a little pocket that has nothing. I'm going to simply palm the card in this fashion, reach over his organizer, and simply slide the item all the way down. This could be done by going, this is really nice. I do like this. Now anything that may be kicking out, such as this, is going to be hidden by my hand. I place it back in position, and then I can go for the reveal of the card or the coin. Now secondly, Nick is wearing this really nice looking purse.
It is a purse.
This is so easy to plan an item in because it's already open. All you have to do is just create a shield. In order to create a shield, a reaching over effect works perfectly by directing their attention to the opposite direction. Sir, what is that over there?
It's a shirt.
Exactly. So what I did is when I crossed over here, I created this nice little bridge so he can't, and he has to follow this. He can't see down. He's going to follow the direction of movement. The item is right underneath my arm. I bring it down and I simply drop it. Now make sure not to hit the arm or the purse. When doing a coin, it may hit something, so it's best to do cards or a soft type item.
That fall lineup over there looks very nice.
I like that one. The fuchsia goes really nice.
Yeah.
Hey man, my name's Nick.
I'm Emmett.
Emmett, all right. You like card tricks?
I do.
You do? All right. Well, I'm going to show you a little card trick here. Basically, I'm going to go through the cards just like this. When I get somewhere, I want you to tell me to stop. Anywhere towards the middle of the deck, just say stop.
So,
Right there? All right, take the top card for me. Take a good look at it. Show it to the camera. Got it? All right, go ahead and take the deck for me. And I want you to shuffle it into the deck.
should I put it in the middle first?
Yeah, you can put it wherever you want to.
Oh, that's terrible.
Sharp hat, man. I like it. You, what year are you in?
Junior.
You're in your junior year? Okay. Straighten it up there. You want to keep it high when you're on camera. See, because when you're facing, that way, you know, they get the eyes, because, you know, the eyes are the pathway of the soul. Right? Now, you got it mixed up in there pretty good, yes?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to look through here. Just look at the back of the cards, because usually if you can find the back of the card, if your own card, you should be able to find your card. Are you seeing it anywhere? Here? There? Nowhere?
It kind of looks like that one.
The top one?
It actually looks like all of them.
Oh, well, you're looking at the wrong side. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to thumb through here just like this. Tell me when you see your card. You don't see it?
No.
No? Tell you what. Actually, remember the nice hat? Why don't you check your hat? Go ahead and take it off. See what you get. Jack of heart. Emmett,
My God.
that's awesome, man. See, you did all the magic yourself. You shuffled it. You made it disappear. I don't know.
I'm a magician.
You are the magician. That's what you do? I just stand here, that's all I do.
Here's how to plant an item on a hat. When it comes to hats, cowboy hats they're the mother load. You can plant all kinds of stuff on there, especially a felt hat like this one. When you have a felt hat, you can actually place an item on the brim of the felt hat, and the individual can move their head a little bit, and the item really won't move because the felt's going to keep it from moving around. So you can actually, especially if you have a hat that's got a pretty good shape to it, you can just sit a card or a coin just on top of the brim, and they can move around a little bit, and the card is not going to go anywhere. It'll just stay right there because the felt keeps it from moving a whole lot. Another thing, you have a hat band. As I'm coming in to speak to this individual, sir, would you like to see a trick? All I have to do is take the card, let it hit the side of the hat, and as I push down, it's going to find its way down behind the hat band. So it's just, sir, would you like to see a magic trick? Okay? He's not going to see anything because he's got this huge brim of this hat that's blocking his view of anything that's going on up here. It may look like my hand's up here. I could be doing rabbit ears, anything. He's not going to know what's going on because of the fact that he's really blinded to me. When you have individuals like this, they're going to be looking up at you quite a bit. So if he's looking up at me, James, this is even better. What it does with the back of the hat is it tilts it down, which gives me a huge blind across the back side of his head. So anything that's going on back here, he really can't tell what's happening, and I can just move right in. It's one of those things where he actually does all of the hard work for you just by wearing the hat. If you want to put an item like a card or maybe a coin, maybe even a driver's license or something like that, into someone's hood, it's a very, very easy plant. Now, it's going to be harder if they're standing up, but if they're sitting down, it's very, very easy. If they are standing up, what I like to do is I will take and I'll get myself in the same sort of position right here, almost similar to the tie steel, or just a really reassuring type of a grip right here on the shoulder. Sir, how you doing? You enjoying yourself?
Yes, sir.
Good. I'll go to pat on the back right here. If we can turn around. I'll be in this position right here with the coin palmed or the card. You enjoying yourself?
Yes.
Enjoying the show?
Yes.
Good. I'll actually go to pat him on the back, and I'll raise up and I'll come down now on top of the hood. When I come down on top of the hood, I can just slide the item back into the hood, and then it's planted. The same thing goes with the card. If I have my card palmed, I come back. Sir, you enjoying yourself? And I can come with the reassuring pat, and then I can just tap it down into the hood. Now, if the card doesn't go all the way down into the hood, there's nothing to say that I can't come back and go to move across, and as I move across, use my hand to actually slide the card down into the hood the rest of the way as I'm just moving across, just like that. It feels just like I'm moving my hand across his back, but I'm actually wanting to push that card all the way down into the hood. When it comes to hats, there's all different types of hats. Sometimes you have a visor. Now, when I'm doing the actual hat plant, I prefer for the spectator to be sitting. It gives me the advantage. When I'm dealing with a visor, my main spot that I'm going to plant is either going to be between the hair and the actual the frame of the hat here, or if I have a little bit of magician's wax, I can actually put something on the bill of the hat itself. So if I have some magician's wax, I just come in and say, sir, your hat's a little crooked, and I actually firm up the magician's wax and stick the item to the top of the hat. There you go. It's straight now. That's my move. It's the same move if I'm wanting to put it up here against the hair. If I do this, he's going to feel that. But if I come in here, sir, your hat's a little crooked, and I straighten it just like that, he's not going to feel that. He's going to think that it's associated with me moving the hat. So again, what I do is I come in from behind. As I go to stick it in, I grab the hat. Sir, let me straighten your hat just a little bit. There you go. And the card lights will just stick up right there. Now everybody over here is going to be laughing. He's thinking, well, the hat must have been really crooked, so that's why they're laughing. When it comes to an actual ball cap, you have the same options that you do with a visor, except you don't have anywhere to actually stick the card most of the time. So you can either use some magician's wax, straighten up his hat and put it on the actual bill itself, or you can say, sir, your hat is awful crooked. Let me straighten it up there for you. I lift the hat up off of his head as I toss the card into the hat. It's just like, sir, your hat's awful crooked. Let me go ahead and try and straighten that up for you there. And I'll actually straighten the hat onto his head. Now I have a card planted in there. James, what do you feel?
Nothing.
See, now the key to this is you got to notice if he has his hat pulled way down, you don't want to pull it down quite that far. He's going to feel something different up in the top. Once you put it back on, you want to put it on so that it's a little bit loose on top. That way the card can kind of float around free up top.
Here are some wacky plants.
He's on. Sir, can we use you for this? We're shooting a little a video here, man. You want to see magic trick?
Yeah.
All right. I got 2 spoons here, all right? I want you to pick one of these spoons. Just point it, whichever spoon. Don't matter. That one? All right, this is going to be your spoon, all right?
Okay.
This is going to be my spoon. I want you to concentrate on the spoon, okay? And what I want you to do is just focus on it. Hold your spoon kind of like I'm holding mine, all right?
Okay.
I want you to focus on it. Now watch mine, watch mine. It's starting to bend. You see this? Look at it. See, look at it bend, look at it bend. There you go. Take it, take it.
Wait.
You like that? Hang on a minute. You like that, huh? You're gonna
Let's do that, dude.
You're gonna love this. Right? Watch. Pull your arm back. Where did that come from? He must have come from an all-you-can-eat buffet or something.
Oh, man. Wait, hold on. I gotta call my boy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Dude, come on. Show me the thing with the spoon, man.
All right, I'll show you the thing with the spoon.
Hey.
Hold my chicken. Don't choke it.
Ray,
Just hold it.
Hey, man, I'm out here in front of, where I was going to eat. Man, you got to come by here and check this out. All right.
Watch.
Come
See,
down.
One more spoon, all right? One more. Here we go. Pay attention. Can you hold on to that spoon for me? Actually, hang on. Let's straighten that spoon. Hold that. Hold the chicken in that hand, but hold the spoon in this hand, all right? I want you to just start waving the spoon for me, just like this. But you can't just, nah, you're not beating the drum, man. You're waving it. Hold it loose. You gotta finesse this thing, man. All right? There you go. The chicken will help you
I
out.
can't believe I'm doing it.
All right? Hold on to it. Shake it. Now, when you shake it, you're not shaking it like a Polaroid, all right? You just hold on to it. I want you to concentrate on it, man. Your fingers should, like, energize the spoon, okay? So when you're shaking it, you should actually, kind of force your spoon to do something like that.
How you do that, man?
It's magic, man.
Then you just have...
See, hang on. Look how hard it is to bend this thing back.
Let me see that one. Come on. No, hold it. Look, I'm going to see.
Hold on to the bird.
Dude is wild, man. That's crazy.
The cock likes the trick, too.
There's 2 different styles of reveals that I like to do when I'm performing this chicken routine. And it's really dictated by what this individual's wearing. They have to have something on over. Like they either need like an overcoat, a jacket, maybe even an overshirt. Since we have a coat that's kind of long, it's going to limit what I can do. When I want to produce the chicken, I might even do something like, sir, put your hand like there, and I will reach to pull his jacket back. As I'm doing that, I'm reaching for the chicken myself. I'll come in, put my hip up against his as I reach back into his shirt to plant the chicken. I'll say, what is this? And then I can pull the chicken out. What's happening here, my audience is there. I have my chicken concealed behind my jacket. When I bring his arm up, I'm going to say, sir, can you just raise your arm for me? Right there? Good. I open up right here as I'm reaching for my chicken. Audience can't see me reaching for the chicken. He's really blocking his own view of me reaching for the chicken. And I move in so the audience can't see me move the chicken from here to there. I then pass the chicken, and then I step back. What is that? And I pull out the chicken. Then I can go into all the little comedy bits that are associated with it. Let me show you what to do now if they're wearing a shorter jacket or maybe even something like a zip-up sweatshirt. Now James is wearing an overshirt. Notice how it falls much shorter than the jacket. It's not coming down here. It's falling in right about here. If you can find somebody who's wearing like one of those sweatshirts that you jog in, that's perfect. Basically what we're looking for is we're looking for an item of like the jacket or whatever that actually falls a lot shorter. The reason being, when James turns around, I'm going to have more access to his pockets because I'm actually going to put the chicken on him. He's going to hold the chicken for a minute before I actually produce the chicken. What I want to do is I want to pass behind him at some point, actually taking out the chicken, and I've got these hooks so that I know how they're going to work, where they're going to work. I may want to do something ahead of time, like grab him by the back of the shirt, readjust his shirt, something like that while I'm talking to him. What this feels like to him is a reassuring touch, like just a pat on the back sort of. But when it comes time for me to pass behind his back, maybe I've been able to pull it up, tuck it into his belt, or maybe just have it kind of jacked up like that. I pass behind him, I get the chicken, and as I'm crossing, I want to actually hang the chicken on his pocket. Now, this chicken is very, very light. There's some out there that are heavy, but this chicken is light. That's why I like this chicken. You really can't even feel it, especially if I'm touching him right about here. It just feels like any other touch. So once I plant the chicken, I want to make sure that I maintain this body contact as I'm moving around. And James, how's the chicken feel?
You can't really feel it. It just feels like your hand was back there.
Yeah, it just feels like a touch. So as long as you make a lot of touching around that area, you're gonna be fine. But once I have the chicken loaded right here, I can then turn him back around. Well, he's never actually going to turn around. Keep in mind, he's going to be facing the audience. I'm going to do all this dirty work as I pass behind him. Then I'm going to come around front. If his shirt's zipped up or buttoned up, I then can undo his shirt. Say, sir, what's this? What is this? And I can pull the chicken, what looks like actually out of his jacket, and it makes it look like the absolutely impossible production of a chicken straight out of his jacket.
This is a funny bit that you can do. It's quick and easy to prepare if you're working in a restaurant, or if you're doing a stage or even walk around, you can create this, and it's relatively inexpensive. Get a handful of silverware, pop them right in the middle of a napkin. Works best if it's a cloth napkin. Roll it up into a nice little tight bundle, and you just want to retain an end. There's a reason for this in a second. And I always like to do it so it goes, if I'm like this, it's mostly camouflaged by my hand, so you really can't see it. Now, the object of this is to have somewhat of a hard surface underneath, because it's basically going to be placed in someone's pocket and pulled out. It's going to clang all over the place. And there's a nice little line that you can use when I do this trick, that you can say this is an all-you-can-eat joint, not all-you-can-take place. And in doing this, you can do either side. And it's best to keep a load. When Nick and I are working, we like to work out of our back pockets. Hands are completely free. I can reach in here. I can say, sir, what is this? This is all you can eat, sir, not all you can steal. Now, all I did was basically take a load. I'll show you from the back side. And you can prepare this with whatever you want to put inside. Broken dishes. Make sure no one gets cut if you're going to do that. But whatever little load you want to create, it's just placed in my back pocket. It's normal to see a waiter or something with something out of their back pocket. There's several things you can do. If you don't want to take it from this point and bring it all the way here, there's nothing wrong with stepping in, saying, sir, this is an all-you-can-eat. And as you do this, you can now access this side. You can grab from your pocket while you're passing him and literally grab his pocket and say, sir. And all I'm doing is just masking myself behind him, using him as a shield. He can look down if he wanted to. I'm pulling this out of my pocket, but I'm acting as if I'm pulling it from his pocket, and then I go ahead and pinch it. All the silverware hits. Makes for a great comedy bit. Now, this technique can be used for other things. Say I steal a wallet or something from an individual's pocket, I can walk over to another and reveal this individual's wallet. Works very good, such as with this umbrella or Coke bottles or other items.
Hey, what are you doing with my cell phone?
Hey.
Now you have a foundation when it comes to pickpocketing, watch stealing, jewelry removal, and pickpocketing. We've got a nice little bundle of tools that we've got in our basket now. So here's where we step it up and we get to the more unusual steals. James, what can they look forward to right here?
We're going to teach you how to remove glasses, ties, suspenders, and the reason that we decided to separate these out are because of the fact that they don't really fit into pickpocketing, even though a lot of people associate them as pickpocketing. We wanted to completely separate them, and we feel that the skill level that you should be at now with the knowledge of your sleight of hand, your verbal misdirection, that you should now be ready to pull off these steals. All right, sir, I'm going to show you a very cool trick. Do me a favor, just hold that box for me. We're going to take and do a 1-2 triple Greg Louganis cut, just like that. I want you to do the exact same thing, sir. There you go. Now hold them out. Yeah, just do me a favor, just hold them out just a little bit, just like that. Just hold the cards out. There you go. That's good. Now, what's your favorite card, sir? I like this tie. This is a nice tie.
Oh, thanks.
It's really nice. Would you say the ace is your favorite, sir?
I would say, yeah.
Okay, take the ace. We'll just hold these just like this. Just hold the ace. I want you to concentrate on that card. Just concentrate on it. Now, I want you to take both hands, hold on to that, lift it above your head for me. There you go. That's great. And bring it down, sir. Just bring it down. And it's going to change right in front of you. Are you ready?
I'm
take
ready.
a step forward. On 1, 2, take a step forward. Did you see it happen, sir? Oh, you dropped your pin, sir.
Oh, thanks.
It's a nice little pin. There you go. Now, this particular time, sir, it's changed back. Did you see it change back to the ace? Yes, sir.
I guess I did. It looks the same from here.
It's a blue back. There you go. And there's your ace, sir. Here's your pen, and I also got a nice little farewell gift for you. It's a nice tie.
Well, thanks. I have one just like this.
I hope so. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yes, thanks.
Have a good one. Here's how you remove a tie. When removing a tie, the first thing you need to look for is where this small portion comes into the knot. There's a few different methods you could do that. You can learn by spotting what angle the tie is at. Here's a quick and easy method to do it. Just simply walk up to the person, adjust their tie, and I now know that it's coming from here because I'm actually pulling slack, which is good because now I'm prepped to actually start removing the tie. So once I'm aware of where the small portion is coming into the knot, all I have to do, I like to use my right hand to do the dirty work. The dirty work is going to be the wiggling of the tie or the brushing of the tie or the complimenting on the tie. Now, we're going to turn Nick slightly here. Now, the collar of a tie it's going to leave a little bit of open area here because that collar is going to be slightly jetting out over the tie. If not, there's nothing wrong with inserting the finger as you're grabbing the knot to pop that collar up. Once you have it at this point, you can now do the lean. The lean is simply just to keep the collar here, and it allows you to insert your first or middle finger into the slack that you've created. Now I have a little opening here, probably about the size of a quarter, that I can insert my middle finger into. Now if I go to pull like this, Nick's going to go, "What are you doing?" I don't want to do that because I want to keep the knot steady. So I insert my middle finger. At this point, I now compliment on the tie and I grab the knot completely and say, "This is a really nice tie," because every time you see someone adjust a tie, they always wiggle it up. As I'm doing that, I'm actually going to pinch it with my middle finger and thumb and pull out as much as I can, probably about 4 or 5 inches. Then I pull it out here and I leave it here. So I have the slack here, so the tie hasn't shifted position. Now, I let go of my hands, I come back again. I really do like this tie. Who makes it, by the way? Now, there's no need for me to insert my finger here anymore because I have slack here. But I still want to ensure that this tie isn't going to jerk around here, so I want to hold it. I really do like this tie. And you pull again. Get some more slack. Now, once again, verbal communication in this is keeping any noise that he may hear, And I'm always keeping my hand here now because I'm covering up the slack and it's giving me a reason to have it here. So this is really a nice tie. Now on the third one, you're going to lift out. There may be, on some of these ties, a little tiny piece of cardboard or a label that keeps that tie from coming out all the way. Don't panic. It's going to stop. You're going to go, what do I do? What I like to do is take my two thumbs, my fingers, and actually squeeze together and create a vise. So in other words, I'm doing this. And now this end comes out. I'm safe. It looks like it's tied still. I can actually draw attention. Sir, I really do like this tie. At this point, I cross over his body, and now I lean here. At this point, my right hand grabs the actual knot, and you don't want to pull upwards because it's going to do this. So I like to either have the individuals take a step forward, or I hand them an item here. As they do this, I actually will take and remove the tie. Now at this point you have two things you can do. You can leave it hanging here as a nice little bit of gag, have them turn around, the audience sees it, or you can fully remove it for your reveal. Here's how you remove a tie with the assistance of a napkin. When you're removing a tie, you don't necessarily have to draw attention to the tie. You can do it with a simple gesture. Sir, how are you doing today? Good. Now at this point, all I did was simply went through the mechanics of removing it while simply saying, sir, how are you doing today? A nice reaffirming touch, introducing myself to him. Now, for those of you who really don't have the nerve that first time to walk up and introduce yourself and remove that tie, you can use the aid of a prop. A napkin works great, such as the napkin we use to remove a necklace. The same technique will help you remove this tie. All you need to do is envision where you're going to be using this. In my opinion, it's going to work best in a restaurant or setting where people are going to have napkins. That way they don't think there's anything funny about the napkin, and they don't think you're doing anything funny behind their back. You take the napkin and you can talk about putting it underneath the collar. Now, already I'm doing this. I can talk about it being a messy eater, whatever I like to do. It leaves room for a nice comedy routine. As you're putting this under, guess what you're going to do? You're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to grab that tie. You're going to grab this as you lie one over and lie the other one over, and you can start adjusting the napkin. Literally, this is, sir, this is a nice color. I do like this color bib on you, sir. You are a sloppy eater. Yeah, I think that yellow might be a little bit better for you, sir. Now at this point, you're still going to have that little tag. This is something that, once again, is very easily addressed because the tag is now caught in that point. Don't panic. Once again, all you're going to do the exact same move. You're just going to wedge it out. At this point is where you can tie the napkin. So you're tying it. You do your comedy routine. Nobody at this point should really notice that the tie is even over his shoulder. A nice little bit is a bit that Patrick Amia used to do, talking about a cowboy putting it up over. This is a great little bit for this if you want to use a handkerchief. Once again, I switch sides where I'm now going to untie it. As I remove the napkin, I'm just going to grab over the knot completely, and I can draw his attention down if he's at a table, or I can say, sir, you are really a sloppy eater, sir, because you ate your tie. And then I can take a nice little quick comedy reveal for the removal of a tie with an assistance of a napkin. Here we have a clip-on tie. It looks, in appearances, just to be like a normal tie. But because I'm tall, I can actually look down, and Nick's, I think, 6'4", 6'5", I'm 6'2½". I can still see down and see the little clip. So that gives me a hint that it's a clip-on. But let's say you don't have that kind of ability, the situation, the lighting may not be good. Well, here's a quick trick for you. You can take and adjust the tie like this. As you do that, your first finger can feel any sort of hook. Now, with some clip-on ties, the little portion could have a buttonhole. It's used the button here because sometime during the day the clip may actually fail and you don't want to lose your tie. So a lot of the clip-ons have a little buttonhole, so it buttons there just in case it comes unclipped. It just falls like that. Now, this is very similar to removing a clip-on cell phone. Why? Because of the fact it's got a clip, but it's a little bit easier. So with casual gestures, you can actually take and remove this, or once again, you can actually draw attention to the tie. I like to insert my middle finger of my left hand and lift up, just like this. What it does is it actually unclips it, but yet it's still kind of hanging there. At this point, all I have to do is just simply misdirect him, pull the tie downward. But it's during this particular method, there's going to be some tension on his collar. So you want to push upward slightly, but you don't want to hit him in his throat with your finger. So it's going to be after one of those things you have to gauge. If he's wearing a tight shirt like this right here, I'm probably not going to go for it because it's probably going to pinch him if I lift that up. So it's going to be where you have to insert at least a finger or so. Most people's shirts should be able to do that. You just simply pry up. It clicks up. If your thumb wants to come in there, if it's a long clip, and pull upward, now the clip's completely free. If you want to move to the side, as you lean over, go for that lean as you did, sir. Sir, can you take a step this way and remove that tie clip-on style?
Also, when you're checking just to see if it's a clip-on, if you feel the clip, why not go ahead with the move?
You could very easily. Definitely, you could remove that as you're adjusting the tie. As you feel that you're set, I've already undone the clip. I can now, sir, can you look up to the sky? And there's the tie.
Hey man, how's it going?
Pretty good. How you doing?
My name's Nick.
Nice to meet you. I'm Anthony.
Anthony. We're filming a little magic DVD. You want to see some magic?
Sure.
You like magic?
Yeah, I do.
All right. You like cards? Card magic? All right. Let's just make sure we step up a little bit right here in frame, and I want you to check these cards. Make sure it's a regular deck of cards. There you go. Fair?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you shuffle them up a little?
Yeah, I did.
You did? What?
How'd you get my glasses?
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's a bad habit. Here
Oh,
you
it's
go.
okay.
Take them
Don't worry
back.
about it.
There you go. All right. I'm going to shuffle the cards for you. And I want you just to pick a card. Any card. Show it to the camera. All right. Put it right there in the middle of the deck. Don't forget it now. If you forget it, we could run into all kinds of problems. Now, it's very important that you remember your card and focus on your card. Okay? Hold the deck for me. Card is somewhere in the middle, yes? Close your eyes and actually concentrate on the card. Think about the card and focus on the card. You with me? All right. Now, where in the deck would you like for this card actually to appear?
Towards the middle.
Towards the middle. That's actually where we put it, in the middle. How far down the middle do you think?
Like in the upper middle part.
Upper middle part. Here we go. We're going to take, and you want me to cut the cards again, or you want me to shuffle? Tell you what, we're going to shuffle one time just like this. We're just going to do a little overhand shuffle.
Okay.
All right. Take these, because I don't know, they look expensive, and I don't trust me. I'm going to Pickpockets Anonymous. I'm trying to get this taken care of, but it's a habit, all right? Here we go. Somewhere in the middle, wherever you think your card is, just say stop.
Okay.
All right, when we get there, we're going to try and find your card.
Okay. Stop.
Right there. Pop.
Oh,
Nine of hearts, is that your card?
Wow. Yeah, it is.
All right, man. Thanks,
All right, thank you
Anthony.
very
I
much.
appreciate it. Give me the card back. I'm the only thief around here. Have a good day.
All right, you too.
Here's how to steal a pair of glasses or sunglasses. Here's how to take a pair of glasses or sunglasses from the top of the head.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Your future's that bright.
I'm on the inside. I gotta wear shades.
Yeah. When was the last time you bought some new shades?
82. These are my Magnum PIs, baby.
Sharp. Okay. Notice where James put his glasses. Top of the head. These glasses can be stolen. When it comes to stealing glasses from the top of the head, it's really nice if they're wearing a hat. We're going to talk about that here in a minute. But let's say they're not. There's a couple of situations that you're really looking for. Whether they're prescription glasses or sunglasses, we're looking for something that has actually got a pretty substantial frame. You're not wanting some thin wire frame on top of the head, or something that has like a curl that comes up behind the ear, and now the curl's sitting up here tangled up in his hair, because that would be bad. You go to pull it and wind up pulling out a wad of hair. That would be really bad. So you're looking for something kind of like a Magnum PI or a Buddy Holly, something, a really thick frame glass, or something that's very smooth, like a thick smooth plastic, like maybe a thick Oakley or something like that. That's the kind of sunglasses we'll be able to steal from the top of the head. Is that where it would be?
Yep, set.
Right about there. One way that you can do this is you can do a mentalism act. You can say, I need you to focus on a card. Close your eyes and think of a card.
Okay.
All right? Concentrate on that card.
Got it.
I take my thumbs, I place them on the temples of his head, and I go ahead and I start kind of, I wouldn't say massaging, but maybe a little bit of a rub onto the head. And I'm going to go ahead and push the glasses up just a little bit, getting my thumbs up underneath the arms of the sunglasses. Say, think of your card. Do you have your card?
Yes.
Once you have your card, I need you to tell it to that person right there. Go over there and tell. And I want to immediately get them moving somehow. I want to get them busy. I want to get them to doing something. Because what I'm doing is I get the thumbs up underneath the glasses, and then I come away and back, straight down onto the shoulders, get his attention. All right, open your eyes, and I need you to do something. And I give them directions immediately to go speak to someone, do something like that. As they go away, often I will pop the glasses on when they come back and say, did you get it? And then, hey, there's my glasses. Oh, sorry, man.
Those are my
And then I
magnets.
can go put them in their pocket and then do a Ricky Dunn type of thing with the sunglasses. And you can really take it to that next level and make it a good little comedy bit. Here's how to steal a pair of glasses off the top of a hat. Just like before, when glasses are placed on top of the head, sometimes you'll see where they put it on top of a hat. Now, more times than not, they'll do exactly what James just did, and they'll actually have the glasses where they're resting on the brim, almost as if the brim of the hat were your nose. So, what it does is it makes for a very, very simple steal. There's several ways you can do the whole mentalism thing, and you can just take the glasses up off the head. When you're pulling these glasses up, you just want to make sure you come out and up. Alright? If not, you can actually come over the top, pivoting the glasses and pulling them off the back of the head. This is going to be a steal that, if you're going to get caught, it's going to be with this one where you come off the back. But immediately if you come over here, hey, how's it going? You know, pop into some sort of character, Joe Cool, they're going to think it's kind of funny. But you're not going to get away with it as if you went and were able to actually pull the glasses away from the head. So you may want to sit them down in front of you, just reach down very softly, grab, and then pull them out away from the head, and then lift them up, and you're going to be clean when it comes time for the steal. Here's how to steal a pair of sunglasses from the back of a shirt. Alright, here in Florida, this is what the 60-year-old men wear, and this is what the 16-year-old guys wear. And this is pretty much what they both wear. So what you will see is with the young guys, they'll take the glasses off and they'll put them on the back of the shirt, because if they lean over, they don't want them to fall off the front of the shirt. And they feel that it's a more secure place for their glasses. Boy, are they wrong. You can walk up to somebody, hey man, how you doing? My name's Nick. I'm a magician. I want to gesture a couple times, touching the chest and the back. Alright, we're filming a video over here. Would you like to participate?
Sure.
Okay, if you could just come right this way with me, I'd appreciate it. And all it is a matter of getting him moving while at the same time lifting up and back with the glasses. The movement is going to cause movement across his body, and things are going to start to move. So this is going to get masked by the movement of his arms and the movement of his clothes and all of that. So once he goes to step forward, go ahead and take a step. I lift up and out. Then I can immediately pop them on my face or on top of my head or maybe in a pocket of my shirt, and I can go on and do something else like another trick. Here's how to steal a pair of glasses or sunglasses from the front of a shirt. Another place that is real popular with sunglasses when people are inside or just taking off their glasses to make eye contact with you, right there, the front of the shirt, especially when they have like a couple buttons on the shirt. Sometimes you'll even see it with a t-shirt with the glasses sitting very, very high. That makes the glasses a little bit harder to steal, but it's still doable. Now, you can do it with a lean, where you come in and you're like, sir, would you like to see a trick? You can gesture across, bumping the glasses up into the hand, and then come away with the glasses. That's one technique. Another one, if they're sitting down, you can come up, you can reach across, handing something to someone, and as like handing, can you hand this card to her? Thanks, I appreciate it. As you come back across, you can take the glasses. Just whichever way the glasses are hanging, that's the same direction that you want to take that glass off of that person. So you want to pull it this way if it's leaning like that, and if it's on this side, you want to take it over that shoulder. Here's how to steal a pair of glasses from the face. This is a steal that used to be done by Bora. It's a very, very gutsy steal, and there's a lot of things that go into removing these glasses actually off of the face of an individual. First of all, back in the day, these glasses were huge. Huge frames here, and smooth plastic arms that actually come back behind the ear. We weren't dealing with little pieces of wire that would wrap around the ear and come back up like this. I mean, we're talking the big, bulky, meaty plastic frames where the hinges were actually quite clean as well. There you go, James. Nice. Well, when it comes to doing this steal, the thing is, if you're going to take glasses off somebody's face, one, they can't have any tint, because you're going to notice it went from being shaded and kind of dark to very bright very fast. Another thing is that if you're not taking glasses that have some sort of tint to them, you're probably taking a prescription glass. So you need to figure out a way to focus their vision relatively quickly. The way that Bora used to do it was with a wallet. Do you have a wallet I can use?
Why, yes, sir, I sure do.
Great. He would actually take out their wallet, see if there was something that he could use in the wallet, say, oh, your wallets. Is this your wallet? And he would actually pop them in the face with the wallet. Now, he got to where he would do it, and it was all one fluid movement with one hand. I am not as smooth as Bora. I will never be as smooth as Bora. Bora, you're awesome. But he would actually go pop, and he would snatch the glasses, and while doing that, he would come away and then very quickly come back with the wallet one more time. Sir, is this your wallet? Is this your wallet? Now what he's doing is he was putting this so close to their face that they couldn't tell if it was in focus or out of focus, if they had their glasses, if they didn't have their glasses, because it's not out here and they're like, wait a minute, something's out of focus. This is a normal viewing range. Nobody really looks at something when it's this close to their face. It's just, you can't focus on it. So there's a lot of things that play in to this steal actually working. There's the shock factor that you hit them in the face with their wallet. They go, haha, you're very funny, and then you snatch the glasses. Just like that. Now he would snatch it with his pinky. I've just nailed it twice in a row, and I don't know if it's because we're here in a practice session, but I've tried it in person, and it seems like I always want to poke them in the eye. So I quit doing that, and I've got to where I pop. Now I pop with this hand, and at the same, I'll be right here. Sir, you're very funny, and I'll pop. And as I pop, I then snatch with the left hand, and then I can come back and pop again. Now, the fact that you're popping them in the face with their wallet is very shocking. Me, I just like popping James in the face with a wallet because
Yes. 32 takes.
it makes me
Nice.
feel good. Yeah. Well, you know, can you put those back on?
Sure.
You have the shock of the wallet mixed with the confusion of the second, and then straight into his face. All of these elements, they don't give his eyes a chance. First, he's confused. You just hit him with a wallet twice, and now he's trying to focus on this wallet. He's going to be all cross-eyed and like, what's going on? Not going to really be able to focus. And all this together is going to give you that opportunity to steal the glasses. Now, Bora, I've seen old footage from when he would actually get the glasses, put them on. He would let the guy almost walk off stage because I guess it wasn't that strong of a prescription of glasses. He's like, sir, are you forgetting anything? No, I'm good. Sir, you sure you're not forgetting anything? He'd turn, he'd look at him. He's wearing the guy's glasses. He's like, no, I'm good. And he still wanted to leave the stage. He's like, sir, you're forgetting your glasses. And he'd actually have to hand him the glasses. Here's how to steal a pair of suspenders, also known as braces. James here is wearing something that's not really seen that much in today's fashion. It's but it's you. It is. Sharp.
Thanks.
Well, see, there you go, messing up yourself now. Come on, straighten yourself up. All right.
There we are.
Look presentable. You're on TV. There we go. Here we have braces or suspenders, depending on where you're from, what you might call them. And it's something that many people like to see. You know, they want to know how it's stolen. And it's one of those things where most of the times that you have seen it taken off somebody, it has been stooged. Can it be done for real? Yes. What's the technique? We're going to show you. On the back, if I get you to turn around, James, we have the suspenders crossed and are usually sewn right here at the back. They then come down and clip onto the pants or the belt. They go around in front and they clip in the same way. The way these clips work is they have a little lever right here which causes this to lock shut. So you have two clamps that pull tight and then you have a little lock on it. So all you have to do is undo the lock and the clamp releases and the suspender will come off. So with your suspenders in place, we are ready to begin. Often you'll see the magician who goes and they start undoing the suspenders. Now, you always want to work from the back towards the front. Here's the only issue. Once I get the back undone, I can make it seem like the suspenders are still on. James and I are going to switch places and turn around. When I'm working with suspenders, I want to get the thumb under the suspenders and actually grab the suspenders just like this. I want to give a little bit of tension downward. So it's going to actually replace this right here. I then unclamp there and I unclamp there with my pinkies. The suspenders are off now. All I have to do is reach down with the pinkies and pull up on the clamps. So once I reach down, I pull up, I want to make sure I keep that tension on the suspender. Very important. Just a little bit of tension. But I'm also grabbing low enough so that my pinky can reach down, find that little tab, pull it up, and the same on the other tab, and pull it up. I then hold it right there. Now that I'm in this position, I'm ready to take off the front. Here's where the faking starts to come in when you see the actual fake steel of a suspender. Once I remove this suspender, this is what's going to happen. All the tension is gone on the shoulder, and he's going to know that the suspender has been removed. So whenever you see someone and they pop this suspender off and then they come over here and then they pop that one off and they take them off and then they're able to surprise the person, it's fake. There's no way that that is real because he went from pressure even on both shoulders to pressure that's only on one shoulder now.
And my pants might fall down.
Yes, big time. Now suspenders are worn most often by people who are large. They have a waist that's bigger than most and a belt really doesn't help them because of their shape. So they wear suspenders that help hold up their pants. Alright? Once you get down to nothing but one strap holding up the pants, they're going to start sagging in the back and everything but this one spot, and the gig is going to be up. But that's okay. Doesn't matter. Once you're in this position where you're holding these suspenders in the back just like this, you're pretty much going to be holding up their pants. You can also keep your finger, your little pinky once you get unhooked, in the actual belt loop on the back of the pants to help hold up the pants. Once I come here and I'm ready to make the move, I can do one of two things. I like to work the opposite side first, but you can also work this side. So I like to reach across and I'd like to just simply pop the suspender. I'll come across and I pop the suspender. Once it's off, I like to bring it all the way around to where it's hanging in front of him. From there I can take and grab it and it's off. Once you make that first move on the suspender, you want to go ahead and you want to whip it around his head as quick as possible to show that the suspender are completely off except for this tab. Then I can grab it, pull it up, hold it as I then reach down to remove this suspender. What it's going to do is going to create the illusion to the crowd that the suspenders were completely removed with one snap, and then I come forward, here's the suspenders. He's going to be grabbing for his pants. He's going to be shocked because, like I said, once it comes down to one strap, basically the pants are going to start coming down. So he's going to be grabbing for the pants. All this together is going to make for a really nice trick. Now, let's talk about if he's wearing a jacket. This is going to be like any other time somebody's wearing a jacket. I'll always come up, I'll comment on the jacket. This is a really nice jacket. As I go to straighten the jacket and make my feel for any items in the jacket, I'm going to see the suspender inside. If I want to go for it, I'll go ahead and make up my mind. Come on down if it's buttoned. That's a really sharp jacket. Who makes it? And I'll go ahead with the same bit. This also gives me an opportunity to look at the clasp on the suspender. Now, there are two main clasps that are used with the suspender. The metal one that I talked about earlier with the little tension clasp, and then there's ones that are going to be buttoned actually to the pants. I do not steal the ones that are buttoned to the pants because what happens is the suspender comes down and then it forks off into two leather straps a button here and a button here. So you actually have, what, 8 buttons on the entire set of suspenders that have to be undone just like a shirt button. It's just too much trouble, and I don't fool with it. These are very stealable in my opinion. So once I get here, I see that it's a set of suspenders that I would steal. I would then work to the back of the jacket just as before. I may even make a comment, sir, you really fill out the back of this jacket nicely.
Thank you.
And I actually pull up the jacket, if you turn for me, little James. Looking good, little funk in the trunk, but we can make it happen. And I'll grab the suspenders just as before, and I'll do the same move with my pinky to unfasten the suspenders. Once I'm there, we will turn back around, and I'm in the same situation I was before. I'll come here and I'll say, you know what, sir? Suspenders really went out a long time ago. I may even stretch the suspender out, come down, and unfasten that suspender. When I'm ready to go ahead and make the move, I will quickly come across. He's going to grab, and this is all going to happen very, very fast. Matter of fact, let me show it to you real time, and then we'll go ahead and break it down. What I'm going to do is, once I'm unfastened here, I want to come up with the backhand towards the neck, and right here I'm going to come straight across. I may even want to hold on the suspender a little ways. Come across. When I find it, I want to release. At the same time, pull everything straight up out of the top. What this is going to look like, it's going to look kind of like the shirt steal, where I just grab and just yank the suspenders right out the top of the jacket. When I'm coming across here, if I'm holding on to the suspender, it's going to keep that tension on the shoulder. And it's going to buy me a little bit of time. Granted, it's not going to buy me a lot of time. So once I get to about where the buckle is, the middle of the chest, I need to go ahead and let go and commit on this suspender. Following up, letting go at the bottom, coming up here, reaching in, grabbing the suspender, and coming out the top of the suspender.
You know, one of the things I noticed is that when you were kind of leaning on me, it gave a, if you will, kind of a synthetic feel of that pull down of the suspender. So that's just something that you may want to look out for, is to want to apply a little bit of pressure as you're releasing, because it fooled me up until you reached in. I felt that they were still tied down there. So.
Hi, I'm James.
Hi, I'm Josh. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Josh. Question for you. Here at UF, what's your major? I know it's a little personal, but
I'm going to double major in political science and business administration.
cool. Here's the question. How's your imagination?
Pretty good.
Let's pretend you're an aerobics instructor. Let's face the camera just a little bit, just like this. Reach your arms up in the air just like that. The object for this is to kind of stretch you out and kind of sucks your gut in a little bit, because you know how aerobics instructor. Now I'm going to pretend I'm a ballerina just like this. Now all I want you to do is to put your arms down. As an aerobics instructor, you have to jump rope, but we don't have a jump rope, but we do have your belt. Is that cool?
Sure.
Grab your belt, jump rope, it's all yours. Hee-haw! Very good. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, Josh.
Okay.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
Here's how you remove a belt. When it comes to removing belt, there are several different buckle styles. Nick and I are wearing the most popular. Mine is a simple little metal plate with a pin that inserts into the hole. In order to undo this, you simply pull it, and then the rest is just like what we're going to show you here. Now, if you can steal a leather band watch with a buckle, you can steal a belt. The only difference is it's simply larger. And you have to get the person to do something a little bit more awkward, such as to lift their hands, whatever the means. We'll show you my favorite method in order to do this. Now, the anatomy of the belt has this strap here. Strap on average could be anywhere from a few inches to what Nid has here, which is about 6 or 7 inches. The first thing I need to do, we'll go over the mechanics, then I'll go over the body positioning, is one, I need to remove the strap from the keeper and the belt loop, which I've done here. And that's simply done by gliding my hand along the belt. Now it's undone here. But notice that we have a problem. It's hanging out. Nick can see it. Oh my gosh, what are you doing with my belt? So as soon as I do that, I want to keep it going here. The reason for this is now I'm ready to undo the pin from the hole. You can do that once you're taking all the slack by simply pulling back and moving the pin forward with your first finger. Once you've done this, you now have to get this strap out of the buckle. I like to do this during a turn. It gives me a reason to kind of bump into them a little bit. It's that physical misdirection. Let me show you without the actual bump. You could easily just do this. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever, but it does create a little pull here. But if I push my body into them, such as this right here, now I'm not going to move in. All I'm doing is taking it and then moving it this way and pulling it free as I'm rubbing against him. Now at this point, I'm ready. The belt is completely undone. I'm now ready to spin him out of the belt. I prefer to do the spinning because it gives me the control over the removal. You have the belt buckle set up. You can insert 1 or 2 fingers. I like to insert 1, hold on to it, and then with my right hip, I'm actually going to take and kind of rest my hand on it as I turn. Now what this does is it turns out of the belt. He doesn't have to move anywhere. I have to step in though, because if I don't, it's going to pull this. I want to pull this way. So now I have a belt that's right here. Do I want to say, here's your belt? No, no, no. I want to be a little more flashier. I'm going to physically misdirect him, pull it back here. The favorite reveal that I like to do is the belt over the shoulder. Why? Because it's simple and easy. I'm going to make something magically appear. Now my hand is back here. I'm holding the belt like here. I can put my hand here. He doesn't think anything. It's just more like a reaffirming touch. So we're going to make something magically appear. I grab the buckle and I can pull down over his shoulder. Now Nick, if you can re-put that belt on. I'll go over the positioning that you need to do to get the individual, and a trick that normally works in this setting would be, it's perfect for stage, but you can do this on a one-on-one walk around. It's actually a funny gag to do it, especially when people get to know that you're doing this a lot in a restaurant, is hand someone a menu, hand someone something that takes their hands up, and I like to comment on, sir, this is really, really nice. Can you do me a favor, take a bow? Now, at this point, what I've done is, this is just one of the methods, is I comment about, this is really, really nice. I'm not telling him what, I'm just saying this is really, really nice. Could it be the fact that he's here, or could it be the fact that whatever it is, I'm going to be touching his midsection. That's going to be kind of uncomfortable for him, so I want to do it quickly. So I'm going to undo here. As I'm doing this, I want to say take a bow. Now don't actually take a bow at this point. At this point, when Nick takes a bow, there's going to be some slight pressure on his stomach area. Now before he starts to take that bow, I'm going to pull slightly and undo the pin from the hole. Because when he bends over, I don't want to wrench this and he goes, all of a sudden my belt gets tighter. You have to have a reason why that belt's getting tighter. Why not have the individual take a bow? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Bob. Take a bow. Thank you, Bob. He stands up. And now I'm ready to remove it. I can say, now, sir, all I want you to do is just, and at this point, I can take, and remember, I come undone here. And, sir, no, when I ask you to do something, just, and then you're, at this point, now, sir, I'm going to magically make something appear. It is your belt. Here's how you remove a bra. And here is a very, very cool trick. The origins of this particular trick come from Dan Harlan off his Mind Boggler set, and I believe it's called the 3 or 5 seconds bra removal. But with a few extra added techniques that Nick and I have added to it, you can take and really surprise the individual without their knowledge of you removing a bra. Now, as you can tell, Nick is sporting a really nice look here.
Shut your mouth and let's get this done.
Now, I'd like to go over the anatomy of a bra real quickly. You have the front portion and the back portion. Back portion is the most important part because it has the little loop that you need to actually gain access to. If it's one that snaps in the front, you may want to skip it. Just skip it. And you have your little shoulder straps here. That
How do they wear these things?
I don't... Quit! I don't know. So, it's going to be set up like this. Now, the way to practice this is just take a bra and put it around some sort of pole or something like that. And you're going to be doing a technique with, I use my right hand. You put your finger behind the strap. You can do this actually through the clothing. And you want to squeeze your first finger and your thumb all together and then move your first finger out and then snap. It's a weird technique. but what happens is that it actually, in a snapping motion, undoes the bra on the back. This is great just by itself if you're at the movies or something like that. We go to the movie?
Hurry up.
Okay. So, now let's go to the actual steel. How do you find out if it's got a bracket on the back or instead of the front? It's a simple, hi, my name is. By doing this, you can take and feel, because it's like a little square about 1 inch by 1 inch that's going to be different. Obviously, you wouldn't want to do that to the front, because this is very awkward steel. It is going to be a little unique.
Yeah, it is awkward. Hurry up.
You don't want to do this to everybody, because this, I can speak from personal experience, you do not want to do this to a young lady who may have any sort of piercings, because this will catch and it could create a big problem. So when choosing your spectator to come up on stage, make sure and just ask that, do you have any piercings or anything like that? But once again, you're going into a gray area, so you want to make sure that you're politically correct. Would that be a good term for it, Nick?
Hurry.
Okay. Now, first thing I want to do, I've established that he's got one in the back. I'm going to turn him around. So stiff and rigid. Now, I find that the bra is lying right across here. I find it, I squeeze, and I snap. Now, at this point, Dan Harlan would let go, reach up the sleeve, and remove the bra. We're not going to do that, because at this point, as long as I hold my hands here, it is completely undone. There is absolutely no pressure been relieved up top. I can switch hands. I always like to go for this side here. So I switch hands, stay just like that. And what you have to do now, and once again, you're not touching anyone inappropriately whatsoever. You have to insert your hand up the sleeve. This is only going to work for tank tops or short sleeve shirts that have a little bit of slack. Now, in doing this, you're going to find the actual bra strap. Now, there is some slack built in there that if you pull on it or press it down, it's going to give you some additional slack that will enable you to create a loop like this. Now, at this point, the pressure still hasn't been relieved because I'm holding it looks nice on you.
Cool.
I'm still holding the pressure here. Now, I want to actually insert my hand.
I'll hold this for you.
Now, go ahead and lift your arm up all the way. Once this happens, they're going to see this. You have to act very quickly. Put your arm down. At this point, I want to switch. This is where the money comes. You switch, insert your hand up the sleeve, grab the other strap, which is on Nick, is a little awkward. I now let go, and the bra will literally come out the sleeve. Makes a great opportunity for
I need a
humor.
beer.
And as you can see, it is a nice little steal. Nick, if there were some points that you wanted to drive home to the people that are learning to become pickpockets and using picpocketing, what would those be?
I guess it all goes back to what we've touched on in the first 2 volumes. You know, when you're picking your people, you got to be careful. You really got to be careful. You know, you need a personality that's going to fit. You know, you need all these things, the accessibility of the item you're going for. All these things are going to come together into the total, you know, the totality of the show. But one of the things that now, at the end of this DVD, is going to really start to hit home is, oh my God, look at all of the tools that have been given to me so far, and we still got a volume to go. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's covered here, and the tools are right there at your fingertips. Now you got to figure out how to organize these tools and, you know, make it work for you. Well, it's going to take practice. It's not going to happen overnight. But what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to be thinking 3 or 4 steps ahead of the game. If I have 2 people that I'm working with and I got them on stage, and I'm working with Bob here, and I'm fixing to work with Tom over here, you know, I need to already be thinking, all right, how am I going to be approaching Tom? What am I going to be planning? Where am I going to be planning it? And I need to be ready to, at the same time, change that plan just a little bit. Because let's say I'm going to plant a card in a pocket, and as I go in with the card, there's a cell phone, and it's just right there, ripe for the taking. I go ahead and I take the cell phone. You know, yes, you need to be thinking ahead. You always need to be looking for that next plant, that next steal, finding that next item. But at the same time, you're going to have some of these little happy accidents. Now, speaking of happy accidents, let's touch on this. This is huge. You know, part of this DVD is shocking steals. I know it's happened to you like twice. It's only happened to me once. You reach in, you see a bulge, you go for it, and you pull out like a bag of weed or something. What do? James?
I've gotten in the habit of, when I go to pop something out of someone's front pocket, because keep in mind that the reason that something is in somebody's pocket is, for one, easy accessibility, and they have to have it. And two, they may not necessarily want people to see them, such as condoms or, as Nick mentioned, a bag of marijuana. I always get in the habit of, when I pop an item out of someone's pocket, I always glance over my shoulder, because I move my right hand to the back of their back, to right in the middle, right below the neck. And before I actually flash the item, I will take a glance at it. On several occasions, I have popped out some non-mentionables out of someone's pocket, and I use put pocketing to place it back in their pocket. At that point, the individual does not know that I've removed whatever it is that isn't supposed to be seen, so I use that skill of put pocketing to place it back, and I cover it, and I just move on. I'll finish showing them a card trick or a sponge ball trick, whatever it is that I can easily do and quickly move on. That way it doesn't embarrass a person, because who knows, they may be a very distinguished individual and they may not want people to know whatever it is was in their pocket. So put pocketing can also aid the magician to get an unmentionable item back into a pocket that no one's supposed to see.
Yeah. And another thing, if, let's say you get an item out and it is something like a bag of marijuana, and it's not something that's going to be easy to put back in because of the shape of the pocket or something. It's something that comes out really easy, but it's hard to get back in. Well, in Volume 4, we're going to talk about stage whispering. Stage whispering can come into huge, huge play right here when, I don't know where you wear your mic, but if you wear your mic up here and it's a headset, I know the one headset mic that I've ever seen had a switch where you could kill the mic, and you can reach over and you can whisper. And, take the opportunity, hey, take this, put it back in your pocket. And you can be really discreet about it, give it back to them, and go on with the show, and you really won't miss a hitch.
Now, put pocketing is still a skill. You need to practice, just like with watch removal and pickpocketing. Nick, what are some of the methods that you think can really help individuals when it comes to put pocketing?
Well, like you said, it's different. Don't assume just because you can take an item and you've gotten good at pickpocketing that all of a sudden you're going to be able to put pocket, because it's totally different. You're letting something go instead of grabbing something. And I know you may think, all right, this is like first grade stuff, guys, but it's muscle memory. It really is. It's going to be a matter of, we're performers, y'all are performers, but once you get up on the lights, things are a little different, It kind of goes back to the primal part of the brain, and, it winds up being whatever's natural is going to be what pops out, and it happens. I'm sure some of y'all have experienced it. It's one of those things where I know I want to do this, but I still did that. I don't know why. It's just habit. So the thing is, if you have to practice these moves to make the put pocketing work. Whether it's put pocketing on a person, we got all those techniques, the mannequin, everything that works with taking an item, hanging a coat on a pillow, that's hooked to a hanger. We can walk by and plant items in that, things like that work. But also, why not have little things sitting around the house, like cups and things like that with cotton balls in them, so you can walk by and just practice dropping a coin without looking into a cup. This is going to give you that, that target acquisition where you acquire your target, you walk by, you take your eyes off the target, and then at the same time, you can drop the coin into the cup or something like that. These are just some of the ways that I like to practice. James, you do a lot of the same things, but what do you do that's different when it comes to practice?
Well, actually, a friend of ours and a student of one of our pickpocketing seminars had a fantastic idea that he did. He would take clothespins and write a message on the clothespin, And this would be more like guerrilla practice. The message that you write on there's really got to be happy friendly in case you get busted. Like, you know, put your advertisement for your show on the clothespin. And he would walk around in public places and would click the clothespin on people's shirts, on their purses, whatever it may be. So when the individual gets home, they see this clothespin and it says Magic by Armando for a show or whatever it may be. So not only can he use put pocketing as a practice, but he used it as a promotional gig as well. So I think that the use of a mannequin will work, but literally placing items into where they go, like, it may sound somewhat stupid, but even placing your groceries into your refrigerator, if you practice nice, smooth, calculated moves, now try it with your eyes closed. You're going to notice a little bit different because you haven't developed that muscle memory. So you have to get into the habit of constantly getting in that position to where you don't have to think about it. Because if you think about it, it's called blinking. You're going to blink and you're going to lose track, and you may miss putting that card or coin in there. So simple little things like placing items where they go, putting a pencil into a pencil sharpener. It's going to start teaching you the hand-eye coordination it's going to allow you to hit your target each time you get to place an item inside a pocket.